Listen to me. This is not just another message. This is divine confirmation. You've been waiting, praying, crying in silence. You've been wondering when, God, when will it happen? Listen to me. Divine timing is not some vague concept people throw around when they don't have answers. It's real. And right now, in this very moment, it's unfolding in your life. The wait you've been enduring, it wasn't a pause. It wasn't a mistake. It was preparation for the exact moment you're about to step into. You've been carrying this desire for so long, wondering when things will finally come together. Maybe you've been praying, meditating, manifesting, doing everything you can to bring it closer, but every time it felt within reach, something happened. A setback, a delay, a sudden roadblock that made you think, maybe it's just not meant for me. But what if I told you that the very thing you thought was blocking you was actually positioning you? What if everything you thought was a delay was actually a divine setup? Because that's exactly what's happening. The universe doesn't deny what is meant for you. It doesn't withhold what you're aligned with. It simply makes sure that both you and what you're asking for are ready at the same time. You see, we get impatient because we think waiting means nothing is happening. But have you ever considered that the waiting itself is the process? That the very act of waiting is shifting something inside of you. The version of you from a year ago wasn't ready for what you're about to step into now. The person you were back then didn't have the strength, the wisdom, the clarity, or the foundation to hold what's coming. Think of it like this. If you plant a seed, now you don't stand over it and yell at it to grow faster. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's sprouting. You trust that underneath the soil, it's breaking open, forming roots, preparing to emerge. That's exactly what's been happening in your life. You weren't being delayed, you were being rooted. Now, here's where most people mess up. They get tired of waiting and start forcing things. They start chasing, begging, compromising, settling. And what happens? They end up with something that isn't truly aligned. They grab onto something out of desperation, and because it wasn't meant for them or because they weren't ready, it falls apart. And then they start thinking, see, things never work out for me. But it was never about things not working out. It was about timing. It was about trusting that what is meant for you doesn't need to be forced. It doesn't need to be chased. When it's time, it arrives effortlessly, powerfully, unshakably. Right now, as you're hearing this, something inside of you already knows this is true. That's why you're still here listening. It's why you can't shake this feeling that something is shifting, because it is. The wait is over. The pieces are coming together. The divine orchestration that has been happening behind the scenes is now being revealed. Some of you have been seeing signs, numbers, synchronicities, repeated messages that make you stop and think, is this for me? Yes, it is. But the question is, are you truly ready to receive it? Because receiving requires a level of faith that most people aren't willing to step into. Receiving means you don't second guess. You don't hesitate. You don't let fear talk you out of what you know is yours. You have to start acting like it's already happening. Speak like it's already done. Move with the certainty that what's meant for you is making its way to you. Not because you forced it. Not because you begged for it, but because it was already written. Your only job now is to stop doubting. Stop questioning whether you deserve it. Stop thinking it's too good to be true. What's too good to be true is the lie that you'll never have it. The truth is, it's been yours all along. You just had to grow into the version of yourself that could hold it. So now, the question isn't whether it's coming. The question is, will you be ready when it arrives? Will you recognize it? Will you step into it without fear? Because the only thing that can delay you now is you. Doubt can delay you. Fear can make you second guess. But if you truly believe that divine timing is now, then act like it, move like it, prepare like it. Because the moment you fully accept that the wait is over, you'll see it unfold right before your eyes. You'll realize that it was never about waiting. It was about aligning. And now it's time to step into what's yours. Fear is the greatest thief of destiny. It will convince you to hesitate when you should be moving forward. It will whisper doubts in your ear just as everything you've been waiting for is about to manifest. And if you listen to it, if you let it guide your actions, you will sabotage the very thing that was meant for you. You have to understand this. Fear is not real. It's a projection, a survival instinct that was never meant to lead your life. Fear is designed to keep you in the familiar, to keep you in what is known, even if what is known is not where you're supposed to be. And that's where most people stay, stuck, paralyzed, waiting for the right moment while time keeps moving. But faith is the opposite. Faith is knowing without proof that what is meant for you is already on its way. Faith is moving even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is stepping into the unknown with confidence because deep down you understand that divine timing is never late. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You've been given signs, confirmations, undeniable proof that things are shifting in your favor. But here's the truth, none of it matters if you don't act on it. None of it will come to pass if you let fear convince you that you're not ready. This is where most people fail. They ask for signs, and when they get them, they hesitate. They pray for an answer, and when it comes, they second guess. They get the opportunity they've been waiting for, but instead of stepping into it with confidence, they overthink, analyze, and delay until the moment is gone. And then what happens? Regret, frustration, that painful realization that you had a chance and you let it slip away because fear talked you out of it. And let's be real, how many times has that already happened in your life? How many moments have passed you by because you let doubt win? But not this time. This time, you are being called to something greater. You are being pulled into a season where the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is the decision to trust, to believe that what you feel inside is real, to understand that if you weren't ready, the opportunity wouldn't have shown up. Because that's the thing about divine timing. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait until you feel 100% certain. It arrives when it's supposed to, and it's up to you to meet it with faith or let it pass you by. You don't need more time to think about it. You don't need another sign. You don't need to weigh every possible outcome. The only thing you need is the courage to take the next step. The moment you move, the path will reveal itself, but it won't happen while you're standing still. This is where transformation happens. This is the point where people either step into their destiny or shrink back into the life they've always known. And I need you to ask yourself, are you willing to live with the regret of not trying? Are you willing to stay in the same place, knowing deep down that you were meant for more? Because let me tell you something, what is meant for you is already aligned. The doors have already opened, the people, the opportunities, the relationships. They're already waiting for you on the other side of your fear. But they can't come to you if you're not willing to walk toward them. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You don't need to control the outcome. You just need to trust. Move forward with the confidence that if it's meant for you, it will flow effortlessly. And if it's not, it will fall away, making room for something even better. This is your moment. Right now. Not next week, not next year, not when you feel ready. Because the truth is you will never feel ready. There will always be doubts. There will always be fears. The difference between the people who succeed and the people who don't is that successful people act despite their fears. So what are you going to do? Are you going to let fear keep you where you've always been, or are you going to step into the future that is already waiting for you? The choice is yours, but let me be clear. This opportunity, this moment won't wait forever. If you don't take it, someone else will. If you don't move, time will keep going. And one day you'll look back and realize that the only thing standing between you and everything you ever wanted was you. Step forward, move boldly, trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. Because the wait is over. Now it's time to receive. Everything you've been waiting for, everything you've been praying for, everything you've been preparing for, it's here. This isn't a time to hesitate. This isn't a time to doubt. This is the moment where you either step forward in faith or let fear convince you to stay where you are. And let me tell you, staying the same is no longer an option. You've been given every sign, you've been shown every confirmation, the energy around you has shifted, and the doors that once seemed locked are now wide open. But no one is going to walk through them for you. No one is going to drag you into your destiny. This is your moment to decide, to trust, to act, to step into what has been waiting for you all along. Fear will try to hold you back. It will tell you you're not ready, that it's too soon, that you might fail. But fear is a liar. It always has been. If you weren't ready, this opportunity wouldn't have arrived. If this wasn't your time, you wouldn't feel this pull in your spirit. But you do, don't you? You feel it. You know deep down that something is shifting, and now all that's left is for you to meet that shift with action. Because here's the truth. The wait is over. The alignment has happened. The only thing left to do is step forward and claim what is yours. Move with certainty. Move with confidence. And when you do, watch how effortlessly everything falls into place. No more waiting. No more second guessing. It's time. Now, go and receive what's already yours.